everyone, and welcome to another live expert interview. My name is Lucy Challenger and I am the CEO of Polo Tweed. I am joined today by Inese Cirsa. Inese, thank you so much for coming to meet me today. How are you?
Thank you for inviting. I was very surprised.
No, it's
so much.
No, don't be surprised. Your background and your resume and your CV speaks for itself. But for everyone who's tuned in, perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your background, you know, your career experience, and just share with the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I will start with my housekeeper career. I do this job a little bit more than 9 years and have been working for two families. For one family, 7 years, and from other family, little bit more than 2 years. But it wasn't just housekeeper job. In the first family, it was a housekeeper companion and care for one old lady. And for this family, there are 4 children, and it includes nanny's duties as well. And I am self-made housekeeper, because I even didn't know before that exists profession like this.
Absolutely,
And I learned everything myself, and of course with help of my lovely employers.
Okay, so for people who are listening, I mean, we all know what it is to clean our own house, but what does a professional housekeeper actually do? What are your sort of typical daily duties when it comes to your jobs in the past?
It's housekeeping. It's to keep house tidy and clean and cozy. It's really more like cleaners' duties. But housekeeper does everything. Everything. You sometimes can't imagine what has to do housekeeper. It's, of course, it's keeping house, it's laundry, it's washing, it's look after antique furniture, after fine art, it's shopping, it's booking appointments, it's taking delivery. It's everything what you do in your life as well, like normal people.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think what's interesting is that often I'm asked, what's the difference between a cleaner and a housekeeper?
Yeah, but this is a difference.
And that's the difference, exactly.
Yeah, you have to do everything. Everything.
Yeah, exactly. And you have
for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to be flexible, and you have to be willing to give that support to the household.
Yeah, to make employers' life as easy as possible.
Exactly. So if people are listening and thinking that they might want to consider a career, because as a housekeeper you can earn good money, perhaps they're already a cleaner, or perhaps they want to get into the domestic, industry entirely, what would be your advice to someone who wants to become a housekeeper?
No. So first of all, you have to organize your day, but I think it's for everyone who do any work.
Yeah.
You have to be very flexible, because you never know how your day will end and what you will do. You have to have a very high attention to details. It is very important. Very good communication skills as well, because mostly you work with team, and of course you have to communicate with your employer as well. And sometimes from my experience, that sometimes I have never done it before, and I would do it like I think, but for my experience is that I better ask, than do what I think that it's correct. And very important is very, very good physical condition.
Okay.
Because people who hire housekeepers, they usually have huge houses, and you really have to work very hard, and you have to be in very good physical condition.
Yeah, and you like keeping fit. You do lots of things, don't you? You keep
Yes.
active.
Yes.
Fantastic. I mean, and then that's a good way for anyone to live, to be healthy and have good physical condition means that any job they do, they're going to hopefully feel good doing it. But, you mentioned flexibility and all those other things that housekeepers are expected to do, from dealing with contractors and running errands and maybe even cooking or a bit of childcare. So you have to be really flexible. Do you think this job that anyone can do it? Or do you believe it takes a certain type of person to do it?
I think this job can do everyone who is ready to work very hard, who is willing to learn, and who is in this really very good physical condition. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you've mentioned being fit, you've mentioned being willing to work.
Yeah, it's very important.
Are there any other skills you think that are important that help a housekeeper?
Yes, it's very important because you are responsible for dishwashers, for example, or you have to know how to clean and how to look after them. Like I told, there are in these houses are antique furniture, fine art, silver, crystals. You have to know how to clean them. You can't go by Hoover to the picture, and Hoover it. You have to do it very carefully. And of course, clothes, there are a lot of very smart clothes. You have to know how to look after cashmere, for example, and silk, and what else? You have to do it.
No, exactly. And I think it's that understanding that there's so many different aspects to being a housekeeper. It's not just cleaning.
It's driving as well. Especially if you have to do school run. You have to be very, very confident driver. I started. I am from Europe country, and there is other side of driving. For me, in the beginning, it was really scary, and then. And about cooking as well. You have to, because older people, they usually eat the traditional meals, traditional English, sometimes French as well, more European. But young generations, they are worried about their healthy life, everything, healthy lifestyle, and of course healthy meals. And if you follow these rules as well, it's easier. But if you don't follow it, you have to know about all nutritions, what is really healthy, what is not healthy, what works together, what doesn't work together. Maybe anything else.
With people listening, there's so many different housekeepers that, different types of roles. So you have live-in roles, you have live-out roles, you have full-time, you have part-time. Were your roles live in, live out? What was it?
My role is live in.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting story about live in as well, because I started when I moved in UK. I lived in London, and of course it's huge expenses to rent and then I started look some. I even didn't know that exist rules like this live in, and I was live in. Of course, it's big savings, but from other hand, you have to be ready that you have to pay for this, but in other way, not for money, but it's maybe a little bit more help. Sometimes it's house sitting when family is away. Sometimes it's pet sitting when they are away, or sometimes it's babysitting when they go to the party, or it's a little bit you have to be ready for this. You just don't it's live in, and I finish my day, I say bye-bye, shut doors, and my day is over. You have to be ready for this.
No, it's good advice. Because
you pay for this, for in different way.
That flexibility, no, absolutely. And so obviously you've had these two long-term roles, and without revealing anything to us, could you share any funny or unusual stories that you've experienced?
Yeah, it's funny. I sometimes I laugh that I could write a book about these stories with Granny. Yeah, this old lady, we called her Granny. Yeah, and especially with kids. And with Granny, I can tell because she was really about 90 when it's happened. And it's very different than Granny, we have to go for a walk. No, I am old, I can't. Or you have to do exercises for your fingers because they are getting stiff. Yeah, no, Granny, you have to do it. You have to keep moving. And she says, when you will be in my age, I will sit somewhere on the edge of clouds, look at you and laugh. Yeah, and then he will make a cake. Okay, do you need my help? No, I will do it myself. Okay, so cake comes out from the oven, and it's something very flat and something very suspicious. And I ask, no, try remember, what did you do wrong or what you didn't do at all? And in 5 minutes he comes to me, Inese, I forgot to put in flour. All ingredients except flour. No, I really could write a book.
That's brilliant. So, I mean, we talked earlier about people wanting to become housekeepers because, you know, you can earn very good salaries and like, you know, live in with the family and accommodation, etc. But do you think that training is important for people to become better housekeepers?
Yeah, I think definitely. No, I am self-made, like I told, but I think it would help me much more if I had training before. I would learn everything faster. Now I just slowly, step by step.
Yeah, it's interesting because we have sometimes housekeepers who have worked in hotels and they want to work in private homes, and they're often very efficient, you know, very good because they've been trained by the hotel, have that standard, but then they have to learn about what it is like to work in a private house, which is
it's very I have worked in hotel 1 week. It was enough for me.
Yeah, really different, very intense. So yeah, I agree. I think training is important and it helps people speed up their career progression early on. You know, now we have access to so much on the internet, you know, in the world to be able to learn, which is really exciting. And I think you may have known that we launched our e-learning platform this year, and now people from, you know, America, from the Middle East, from India, all around the world can access the training that we offer in housekeeping and laundry. And what's been interesting is we've had people who aren't working as housekeepers but want to learn for themselves how to do the bed quicker or better or do the laundry.
Yeah.
These skills are life skills, you know, but we all need to have them.
We have, but when you do it for yourself, it's one thing. When you do it for money, it has to be. It is very different.
Yeah, you make a very good point. Because working for someone else and doing their home how they want it done is different to how you may want your own.
And like you said, salaries are very good, and you have to be not perfect because no one is perfect, but you have to do the best.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, I mean, we're really excited about the e-learn just because it accesses our training to so many people around the world. And we hope that once, you know, this crazy pandemic that we're in has settled a little bit, that people will enjoy that because it means they don't have to fly to London. They don't have to, you know.
Yeah, you have to do it when you want or when you can, even in the middle of the night. If you are night bird, you can do it everywhere. Sit at the pool, and do it. Yeah, it's very good, and thanks pandemic as well.
Yeah. Well, there's always positives to come from situations. You know, like
there are not bad things without positive things.
Exactly. Well, Inese, it's been such a pleasure to speak to you today and hear about your incredible career and all the passion that you bring to housekeeping and the support that you give to clients. So if anyone listening would like to meet Inese, would like any advice from her, or would like to be introduced, then please come to us at Polo and Tweed, and we can certainly make that introduction, because she's a fabulous housekeeper and is in demand. So Inese, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been
Thank you very much. And I wanted to say that everyone in our family knows you, my employer lady, another lady who works here, and they say hello.
Oh, lovely. Well, please send my regards to them as well. Thank you, Inese.
Thank you.